Hello to all my beautiful viewers out there. Today, we've got to talk about the upcoming release as a part of their Monday release program. We've got to talk about the Kith Godfather collection. Okay, I just realized I'm also looking a bit like a colorful Darth Sidious at the moment. Looks ridiculous. I'm ready to shoot lightning out of my fingers. But anyway, we're going to talk about a different sphere of pop culture. What is happening, and I'm actually quite proud that I'm actually talking about it before it releases, because Kith, as we've discussed before on the channel, loves to release the release details for everything literally a day before. So for once, I'm actually caught up on it. What is happening is on Monday, January 20th, we are getting, as I said, a part of their Monday release program, we are getting a small capsule between Kith. Well, it's not even between two brands. It's a collection done by Kith and primarily inspired by the amazing film trio that is The Godfather. It looks like this collection, unfortunately, though, is only focusing on the first movie of the series, which, I mean, some people say is the best movie out of the trilogy anyway. So, I mean, some people won't be complaining about this, but I wouldn't have minded like a bigger collection that had pieces inspired by the first film, the second film, and even the third film. The third film isn't the worst film ever made. I think it still deserves a little bit of love, but no, we're just getting a quite small collection inspired by the first film, unfortunately, but that's okay, that's okay. Some of the pieces look really, really cool. Now, because it is all being teased and all the release details are being showcased today, which is Sunday, I don't think anyone's really writing any articles about it. I don't think anyone's at the office writing articles about Kith and Godfather collaborating. So the best thing that we can do to have a look at all the release details is actually just go to Instagram. I haven't saved the posts, but I know exactly where the posts are to show you guys the release details. We'll probably start off with the teaser images. We'll start off with the teaser images, go over them, see if there's any details on them, and then work our way up to the photos of the actual collection itself, which have all been posted to Instagram, but not on Kith's Instagram account. I'll explain it all when we hop over to Instagram. So we've got nothing else to really say about it. Let's have a look at all the details. Let's have a look at all the photos that they've got for us. So let's have a look on Instagram at the Kith Godfather collection. I mean, I hate to do it, but we had to start somewhere, and I wasn't going to scroll down my newsfeed on the video, so here it is. Here's my Instagram, obviously, just to showcase it off quite quickly, but we'll navigate from here. I mean, if you aren't following it, I mean, you know how to fix that, right? Anyway, past the shameless promotion, let's dive into the images and have a look. So, if we go to the Kith Instagram account, quite quickly, there we go, bam, we're here. Let's go to the first teaser image, which was this one here. There we go. This is all the details we initially got. It was literally, friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than government. It is almost the equal of family. That's all we got. That is the first image. That was the first teaser to tell us that we were getting a Godfather Kith collection. Now, I would be interested to find out who Ronnie actually paid to get the licensing to do a collection with this, because obviously if you're if you're doing a collection that is inspired by an intellectual property like Godfather, you have to pay someone at the end of the day to use the rights to do the merchandise and potentially even get the clearance on what you're making, because some people might not like their property being altered or done on pieces of clothing in the way that you design it. So I'd be really interested to see what Ronnie has to say about how he went about doing this. I mean, I doubt that there's going to be a YouTube about that. Hey, if I had the money and was good friends with Ronnie, I'd set up an interview and talk to him about it. I'd be like, hey man, how'd it go down? You know, like, I think that would be interesting. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one that's thinking that. But either way, this was the first image we got. No photos of what was coming. No details on when it was coming. Then we have to move over to, hopefully, bam, the next image. This was the teaser. This was the big thing that everyone was like, oh my god. Now, obviously, iconically, instead of Kith, it's normally the actual Godfather logo. But I love it how they've done this. They've collaborated both with their branding and the Godfather's iconography. I think that's how you say it. I honestly don't know. But, you know, the iconic logo and brand that is the Godfather is represented usually by this holding up the Godfather logo. So in this case, it's holding up the Kith logo. Moving on, we've got some release details, but if you notice, there's no further, or there might be, yeah, okay, that's the only other image. So that's all we got out of this teaser on Kith's Instagram. We got the Godfather Kith, Paramount, so we probably would have had to pay Paramount Studios for the permissions to do this. Now that makes sense. Okay, anyway, as you can see though, we don't get any photos of the actual collection itself though. We don't know what's coming, we just know that it's a part of their Monday program, so it's going to release on their web store on Monday. That's all we really know. But wouldn't you like to know what pieces are coming in the collection? Well, this is where following the owner of Kith, Ronnie, is a really good thing to do to find out about upcoming collections and stuff like that. Because if I go into the search bar now and put in Ronnie, okay, I want Feig, there, oh, bam, 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 there we go. See what I mean? You instantly get now all the items in the collection. So let's click on it. Let's find out what's in this collection. Now, looking at it, whenever Kith does a Monday program release, they generally try and showcase most of, if not all of the collection in these very, I gotta say, very well done photo shoots here. Now, what can we see? We can see a hoodie. We can see this is potentially a long sleeve, short sleeve tee, maybe a crew neck sweater. Due to the wide collar, I would say that it looks more like a sweater. As you can see with this shirt, well, I assume it's a shirt here. You can see that the collar is slightly smaller. I'm pretty sure this is a crew neck sweater because, as I said, the wide collar, and this would be a shirt because it's smaller. Let's confirm that and have a look at the next couple images. So, bam, we've got the hoodie. Now, we got this image, which was on the teaser that was posted on Kith's Instagram. We get that on the back, and the iconic photo of the Don on the front. Wow. And I'm assuming this little logo underneath here, I'm assuming that little dot there, I'm assuming that is the Kith logo, the Kith box logo. Like it's showcased over here in red, I'm pretty sure that is it, just in white underneath the photo of the Don. I personally wouldn't have mind like a like how Supreme does its photo tees, how they like to chuck Supreme's little box logo in the corner here. I wouldn't have been against them chucking the Kith logo in the bottom left-hand corner or right-hand corner. I think that could have been cool, but I'm not going to complain about copying it down here. No issues with that at all. So, we're getting a hoodie with the leaked details on the back and a photo of the Don on the front. Cool. That's a cool piece. It's a very nice basic piece. Like we've talked about before with my opinions on black and white hoodies, they're really good pieces to work with layers. So you can use that as your base layer on an outfit, and then you can get some awesome outwear pieces to just chuck over the top. Now obviously when you wear outwear pieces, you're going to be missing out on the artwork on the back. In this case, I think that'll totally work though, because you get this hoodie with this awesome photo. Awesome photo. And you get a little bit of Kith branding down the bottom, but then you can have an awesome like overcoat or something which still allows you to showcase the photo. I think it could still work, even when there is that massive art piece on the back. Unless you somehow start buying jackets where it's missing the back and then you can see the back as well. Who knows, they might start doing that in 2020. We might start cutting holes out of the back of outwear pieces just to showcase the art on the layer underneath. There's an idea for you, 2020. Anyway, let's move on to the next piece and see what the next piece in the collection is. Okay, so they're not going to showcase it to us. It's just another photo of the hoodie. Unless that is the kids version. Notice how this looks quite big. When we move over to this one, it looks a little bit smaller, especially in the hood area. I don't know if they're then going to release a kids version of it. If this is the kids version, that quite possibly could be the thing here. Mainly, I'm saying that because they've given this whole photo slide to this one piece, and then they've given another slide to what initially you'd think is the same piece. I think this is a kids version. That they might be doing a kids version in this collection, which, hey, if you want your kid who was definitely born after 1972 when the first film came out, there you go, you can do it. You can have him styling in some Godfather merch. Let's move on to the next piece. Hopefully it'll be next. Yep, okay, there we go. So, it looks like a crew neck sweater. As you can see, it's got some text written on the sleeve there, but I cannot see what it is. Okay. Moving on to the obvious branding on the front, we've got the Kith logo being held up by the strings, very much like the Godfather logo is. I think it's a nice use of both the iconic logo of the Godfather series and Kith's logo. Obviously, Kith has stylized their brand name in, I assume, the same font as the Godfather. I don't actually know if that's for certain, but it looks like, just from looking at it, it looks like it's been stylized in the same font as the Godfather logo. I'd have to go reconfirm with that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. It's a nice clean sweater, as I said though. If there is no artwork on the back, this is a perfect piece to use for layering. You could chuck an outwear piece over the top of it, and you wouldn't even have to worry about people missing out on the artwork on the back of this, because all the artwork is on the front. It's a sweet little design, man, honestly. Let's move on to the next piece and see what's going on. So we get the iconic Kith box logo with the Don's face in the actual box logo. I think that's a very nice touch. I think it's still iconic enough for people to realize what's in the box logo and who it is. I think you can pull it off, man. I think it would work. It's a nice little box logo. I'm actually a fan of it because they put the photo inside of it. It's clean. It's clean. Okay, so the next photo is just a zoom up of the box logo so you can have a better look at it. It's a nice little piece, man, but unfortunately that is the last photo. As you can see, there is no clicker over here, so that looks to be it. That looks to be the only pieces we are getting. So we are either getting 3 adult-sized pieces and a kid's, or we're just getting the 3 adult pieces, and this is just a second photo of that first piece. But I have my doubts. I just feel like Kith wouldn't go out of their way to take a photo of this piece for a second time just to showcase this, because it's not even like zoomed in or anything. Like, it's the exact same distance away. I just got to say, it has to be the kids one, because the shape of this looks like a men's one, and then this just looks a lot smaller on the shoulders, on the arms. I'm fully convinced it has to be a kids one. So I don't know if the kids are going to be getting exactly the same 3 pieces that the men's do. We'll have to see. I mean, this is the only image of all the pieces, or at least some of the pieces in the collection. But it's a nice, sweet, short, small collection. I would have liked something like the Coca-Cola collaboration that they did in 2019, and obviously various other collaborations before that, where they were a lot bigger, where it was like, you know, 50 plus pieces. I would have liked something like that, because I feel like you could do amazing stuff with the Godfather. Like, you could do quilted bombers, you could do varsities, you could do more hoodies and crews. As I said, not just of the first film, because this looks like it's first film focused. You could have done it from scenes of the second film, scenes of the third. I know that wouldn't be hugely popular because well, not everyone, but a lot of people don't like the third film because it is completely different from the first and second. Understandable, I agree. But you know what I mean? You could have easily done like a 50 plus piece collection with all 3 of the films. You could have done more than just pieces on the upper. You could have done pants, you could have done, you know, trousers, denim, done socks, you could have done all these accessories. I can understand that maybe they just, you know, had a time capsule, like, you know, you can do pieces, but it has to be released within this time. I don't know. I just would have liked a lot more. I would have just liked more pieces, but it's understandable on why we're only getting a small amount, because it's part of their Monday program. The Monday programs are never, ever huge collections. They usually probably max about, I don't think I've seen a Monday collection go above 10 pieces. So I would say max probably 10 pieces. The last time I remember seeing probably a collection that was close to 10 pieces was their box logo Monday program that I did a video about a while ago. I just think that was probably the biggest Monday program release we've ever seen. But traditionally, as I've been saying, they're not huge releases for their Monday programs. But I'm still welcoming this. I'm not against it. I'm not like this should have not come out at all. You know, I'm not saying because you didn't release a 50-piece collection, you shouldn't release it at all. I still think this is a very cool, you know, small little capsule here. I don't know. That's my opinion. I just thought and wanted it to be a little bit bigger. Would I cop any of these pieces? They're nice pieces. I'd consider the outwear more, you know, like the crew neck or the hoodie. The box logo tee, I'm not really like scraping after. I wouldn't be hugely keen on that. But they are just, yeah, they're just nice pieces. Good for basics, but I've just got like so many basics, like so many hoodies that I could use for layering to start off like an outfit. I just don't think I would need heaps of them. So this isn't a must-have for me. I've got enough hoodies to start layering with. I would only get this maybe on the resale market down the line if someone had worn like a 2XL or an XL one and was like, you know what, I don't want this anymore. Does anyone want to buy it off me for cheap? Then I would maybe buy it, but I'm not hugely scrambling after this little capsule. But I want to know how you feel about it. Do you, I mean, again, take with a bit of skepticism that this may not be the full collection, but this is all we've got. These are all the images that we have to actually, you know, have an idea of what's going to be in the collection. So what do you think about what we have available to us image wise? Do you like any of the three pieces here? Which is your favorite? Is it the Don hoodie, the logo crew neck, or the box logo shirt? Which is your favorite? Are you going to pick up all three? Or is just the hoodie enough for you? Or are you like me where you already have a lot of basic hoodies that you use for layering and you're just not really after this collection? Or maybe you're a huge Godfather fan, absolutely love the series, and all these pieces are a must-have. Either way, come shout at me on Instagram, Twitter, down in the comments section below. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on the Kith Godfather Monday program capsule. And that is all this colourful Darth Sidious has to offer you. That is all I have, unfortunately. I've been looking through Instagram. I've been trying to find out if there's any more pieces or if what Ronnie posted is all we're getting, and that seems to be it. That seems to be all the pieces. I did also fail to mention, sorry, that there were more teasers on Ronnie's Instagram than there was on Kith's. So if you want to stay up to date with the latest Kith releases, follow Ronnie as well, man. It's the way to go. It is the way to go. But that is it. That is all. I'm going to say 4 pieces because I swear to God there's going to be that kid's hoodie. There's got to be that kid's hoodie. I'm not tripping. That has to be right. So that's all 4 of the pieces coming out January 20th. No idea what the retail price is. Expect around probably, I'm gonna try and take some estimates. I reckon the hoodie's gonna be an easy 200 USD. The crew neck is probably gonna be 100 and something, and the shirt, I don't want to say it's 100 and something, but it might be 100 and something USD. Yeah, it's gonna be the normal Kith pricing. Very good quality though. Kith is very good quality, but it does come, of course, you know, high quality at that little bit of a higher retail price than your traditional stuff. But that's okay. That's okay if you're bowling or if you're a big fan of The Godfather. I'm sure that won't be an issue. But either way, that has been the whole collection. If you'd like to come and shout out at me and, you know, tell me how you feel about the collection, either down below on any of the socials that'll be in the description section, go ahead and do that. Let me know how you feel. But that's it. Don't worry, there is a lot more that we have to cover that's coming out on Monday as well, so stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. This has been the Kith Godfather Monday program release, so until the next Kith video, till the next sneaker video, and until the next streetwear video, guys, I'll catch you later.